As 2018 comes to an end, the Metro school system finds itself facing questions about whether it learned anything from the Me Too movement. A sexual harassment scandal uncovered by NewsChannel 5 investigates now has the district facing several potentially expensive lawsuits. Our chief investigative reporter, Phil Williams, looks back.
If this is happening and people know about it, what's happening and people don't know about it?
What happened here inside John F. Kennedy Middle School in Antioch would trigger 2 internal investigations and generate dozens of pages of disturbing allegations from people who worked there. At the center of the investigation, the school's executive principal, Dr. Sam Braden.
First week of school, he asked me, you didn't thank me yet, have you? And that's when I referred, yes, I have thanked you. I thanked you a couple times. No, you hadn't thanked me. And that's when he went from my eyes to my crotch.
This man lost his job after filing a sexual harassment complaint against Braden, even though we discovered the investigation uncovered all sorts of evidence. Still, nothing happened to the principal.
I'm here today to speak on behalf of everybody that's been a victim of Mr. Braden.
Sanji Collins, a 16-year Metro Schools veteran, also filed a complaint about comments from Braden that made her cringe.
Things like, oh, I put my wife's back out last night.
Talking about sex.
Talking about sex.
Collins' complaint included an incident from May 2017 during practice for an 8th grade graduation.
Just stands there really close and stares at me and says, don't make me grab you and kiss you in front of all of these people.
He said that to you?
To me.
Again, nothing happened.
Apparently, as near as I can tell, the only way that Human Resources Department and MMPS is going to have a finding of guilt is if the individual comes forward and admits to it.
After our initial reports, Metro Schools decided to put Braden on administrative leave to reopen its investigations. The veteran principal decided to retire.
Dr. Joseph, can we ask you a couple of questions, please?
Not at the moment.
Still, we wanted to know how Metro Schools Director Dr. Sean Joseph's team had handled such complaints.
I'm going to answer your question right now.
The fact that you put Dr. Braden on administrative leave, does that indicate that your office did not handle this well to begin with?
No, it doesn't mean that at all, my friends. We'll find time to talk. I appreciate it. I'm not going to talk about an open investigation. I appreciate it.
Dr. Joseph and I have been friends for a long time.
We also had questions about Joseph's handling of a complaint against Mo Carrasco. School board member Amy Frog had warned Joseph about the Metro Schools administrator. Still, we found an email from Carrasco revealing that instead of asking HR to investigate, Joseph went directly to his friend. Carrasco himself asked, why didn't Dr. Joseph contact HR at that time?
Ms. Frog first came to you. You did not order an investigation.
Because we don't do
Did we miss our exit?
investigations that are anonymous.
Yeah, this way, sir.
So if you know
I'm trying to understand. Well, well, I'm not gonna go into the. We're getting obsessive now. And
what's so unusual about this is an ongoing pattern of protection of particular people, and an overt and obvious pattern of retaliation.
Veteran Nashville lawyer Gary Blackburn filed a lawsuit on behalf of 3 JFK middle school employees. And when city lawyers responded, they said many of the allegations against Braden were admitted.
I don't think there's a more meaningful profession, in my opinion.
Meanwhile, former Metro Schools administrator Vanessa Garcia filed her own lawsuit accusing the director's friend of crossing the line repeatedly. After Garcia complained, Carrasco resigned and Garcia was forced out.
That you had somebody that was in a position of management that made a charge of sexual impropriety against somebody that was close to management, and within 6 months they're gone.
Passes unanimously. Thank you.
Ultimately, the school board hired a Nashville law firm to review its sexual harassment investigations. It's expected to make recommendations on how they ought to be conducted. But if the director believed there was any problem, it was hard to tell.
You know, I'll tell you what I don't respect about you, my friend, is that you like to try to create unnecessary narratives on very important topics to try to create this hysteria. You should be ashamed of yourself.
So should you not be ashamed for how you've handled these HR investigations?
Phil Williams, News Channel 5 investigates.
The report from the law firm hired by the district is expected in January.